Noor was just 23, but her eyes held dreams as wide as the sky. She lived in a small house in Lahore with her husband Faizan and his kind parents. Life was not rich, but it was peaceful. Noor loved to cook stew and write names of baby boys and girls in her diary. When the doctor told her she was pregnant, she cried softly. She touched her stomach and whispered, "I'm going to be a mother." Faizan hugged her tightly. He worked as a clerk in a bank. His salary was small, but his heart was big. Every night, he brought warm milk for Noor. They would talk about the baby. "Will our baby have your eyes or mine?" Faizan smiled. "Your eyes, but my nose," Noor laughed. The family's excitement. Noor's in-laws were full of joy. Her mother-in-law prepared baby clothes by hand. Her father-in-law started reading bedtime stories to Noor's stomach. Everyone waited for the baby like it was light in their lives. Noor prayed every night. "Ya Allah, keep my child safe. I don't need riches, just this child." The night arrived. It was late at night when Noor felt the pain. Strong, sharp, again and again. Faizan rushed her to the hospital. Rain poured from the sky as if the world was crying with her. Inside the delivery room, Noor screamed, but held on. The nurses moved fast. Doctors shouted, "We're losing heartbeat. Increase oxygen." It was a hard delivery. Noor fainted. The first cry. When she woke up, the room was quiet. A nurse stood beside her with a small bundle in pink. "Congratulations, it's a baby girl," she said gently. Noor's heart melted as the baby was placed in her arms. She had waited 9 months for this moment. Her fingers trembled as she touched the baby's soft face. The child opened her tiny eyes and blinked slowly. Tears rolled down Noor's cheeks. "My daughter, my angel. Something feels strange." Noor looked at her daughter's hands, her feet, her little nose. Then, her eyes stopped. There was no birthmark. Noor's entire family had the same birthmark. A small brown dot behind the right ear. She had it. Faizan had it. Even Faizan's father. She gently turned the baby's head. Nothing. "Maybe it will appear later," she whispered to herself, trying to smile. But a small fear was born in her heart. Late night whisper. Later that night, Noor couldn't sleep. She asked the nurse for water and walked slowly in the hallway. As she passed the nursing station, she heard 2 nurses talking in low voices. One said, "Switching time was smooth. Baby A to room 5, baby B to room 2. The other replied, "The foreign couple will be happy. They paid good money." Noor stopped walking. Her heart began to race. Switching? Foreign couple? She quickly walked back to her room, holding her baby close. The hospital tag. The next morning, Noor saw something strange again. The tag on her baby's ankle read, "Baby of Mrs. Rubina, room 2. But Noor was in room 5. Her own name was Noor, not Rubina. She called the nurse and asked, "Why does this tag say another woman's name?" The nurse laughed nervously. "Sorry, madam. Mistake. It happens sometimes. We'll change it." She removed the tag and walked away quickly. But Noor felt a cold wave run through her body. She looked at her baby again. Something felt wrong. Deeply wrong. Flashback. Her mother's story. She remembered her own mother once telling her, "When you become a mother, you feel a connection, like a string tied between your heart and your baby's soul. If that string feels loose, something is wrong." Noor touched her chest. The string felt loose. Tears filled her eyes. Final moments of part 1. Faizan came to visit and kissed her forehead. "Everything okay?" Noor wanted to speak, but words didn't come out. She just smiled and said, "Yes, I'm just tired." But inside, her thoughts screamed, "Is this my baby?" As Faizan left, the camera zooms in on Noor's face. Tired, scared, confused. In her arms, the baby slept peacefully. But Noor's eyes stayed open all night, because something inside her said, "This joy is hiding a secret." Noor held her baby close, but a quiet fear grew inside her heart. The baby's soft breathing calmed her, but her mind raced. Why did the nurse say switching? she wondered. And why was the hospital tag wrong? The strange feeling grows days passed. But Noor's feeling didn't go away. She watched the baby carefully. She spoke to her softly. "My little one, please stay close." But something felt different. The baby didn't smile when Noor smiled. She didn't turn her head when Noor called her name. Noor's mother-in-law said, "Newborns are shy. Give her time." But Noor's heart whispered a warning, searching for answers. One afternoon, Noor found a small note under the baby's crib. It was a hospital ID card. The name on it was Ayesha. Noor's baby was named Noor's daughter, but this said Ayesha. She showed it to Faizan. Faizan frowned. "This is strange. We should ask the hospital." Noor agreed but felt afraid. Hospital denies everything. Noor and Faizan went to the hospital office. The manager smiled politely, but said, "Madam, your baby is perfectly fine. There is no mistake. You must rest." Noor asked about the note, the wrong tag, and the nurse's whispers. The manager looked serious. "We do not tolerate rumors here." Noor left feeling small, but not convinced. A secret meeting. Late that night, Noor met a woman secretly in a park. The woman was Sarah, a mother who had lost her baby days ago. Sarah's eyes were red from crying. She told Noor, "My baby died in the hospital, but I saw someone holding her 2 days after she was born." Noor's breath stopped. "Where?" she asked softly. Sarah shook her head. "I don't know, but I want to find her." Noor's heart beat fast. The hidden camera. Noor found a computer in the hospital's waiting room with security cameras. She begged a nurse to let her see the footage. The nurse hesitated but agreed. On the screen, Noor saw shadows moving in the delivery room at 3:17 am. 2 nurses talked in whispers. One said, "The baby switch is done. The parents won't find out." Noor's hands trembled. She took a photo of the screen with her phone. Fear and hope. Noor's silent doubt was now loud inside her. She wanted to scream, but kept her voice quiet. She thought about the baby in her arms, innocent, pure. She whispered, "Who are you, little one? And where is my daughter?" Faizan tried to comfort her. "We'll find the truth. Together." Noor nodded, but knew the road ahead was dangerous. Noor's heart was heavy with fear and hope. She held the baby close, but her mind was full of questions. "Is this my baby?" she thought again and again. The confrontation. Noor went back to the hospital, determined to find answers. She walked into the nurse's station and asked loudly, "Why was my baby switched? Who is responsible?" The nurses looked uncomfortable. One nurse, Shazia, stepped forward, but her eyes were cold. "There is no switching. You are imagining things." Noor didn't back down. She said, "I saw the footage. I heard you talking. Please tell me the truth." Shazia lowered her head. "Look, I can't say much, but I will help you." A secret ally. Shazia met Noor secretly one night. She told Noor that some babies were switched to rich families. "There is a big network," she said quietly. "They take babies from poor mothers and sell them." Noor felt anger and sadness. She asked, "And my baby, where is she?" Shazia hesitated, then said, "There is a file with your baby's photo. It says she was adopted abroad." Noor's hands trembled. The other mother. Noor met Sarah again, the mother who lost her baby. Sarah looked at Noor with hope. "Maybe your baby is mine," Sarah said softly. Noor nodded. Maybe. They decided to do a DNA test. The test days later, the results came back. Noor's baby was not her own, and Sarah's baby was missing. But Sarah's baby was alive. She was with Noor. The truth hit them like a storm. The hidden file. Noor found a secret file at the hospital with photos of many babies. One photo was of her real baby. Next to it, a stamp read, "Adopted abroad, confidential." Noor felt crushed, but her eyes burned with new strength. A warning. Noor received a letter. It was simple, but frightening. It read, "Stop looking for the truth, or you will lose more than a child." Noor sat quietly in her small room. The secret file, the missing baby, the warning letter, all of it felt like a heavy cloud over her head. She looked at her baby, the one she was raising now, and her heart ached with confusion and love. The DNA test. Noor wanted to be sure. She and Sarah decided to test the baby's DNA once more, using a private lab. Days later, the results arrived. Noor opened the envelope with trembling hands. The paper said, Noor's baby was not the child she held. The baby she had was Sarah's lost daughter. Noor closed her eyes and took a deep breath. A secret revealed. Shazia, the nurse who had helped Noor, met her again at a quiet cafe. She looked nervous. They don't just switch babies by mistake, Shazia said. There is a trafficking ring inside the hospital. Rich people pay huge money to buy healthy newborns. Noor's eyes widened. Who is behind this? She asked. Shazia looked around before answering. The hospital director, some nurses and outsiders. They make millions. A risky plan. Noor and Faizan knew they needed help. They reached out to a local police officer, Aslam, who had a reputation for honesty. Aslam listened carefully but warned them. This is dangerous. Many powerful people are involved. You must be careful. The hospital director. Noor remembered the hospital director's face. Calm, polite, but cold. She decided to visit the hospital again, this time with Aslam. As they entered the director's office, the air felt tense. The director smiled and said, How can I help you, Mrs. Noor? Noor's voice was steady. We want to know the truth about my baby. The director's smile disappeared. He said coldly, There is no truth here. Leave this alone. Evidence found. Aslam searched the hospital records secretly. He found hidden documents showing payments made to the hospital from foreign accounts. The money was huge. Noor looked at the papers and whispered, They sold my baby. A threat. That night, Noor received a phone call. A deep voice said, Stop this now, or you will regret it. Noor felt fear, but also determination. She told Faizan, They want us to be silent, but I can't stop now. Noor's world had turned upside down. She now knew the truth. Her baby was gone, sold to a rich foreign couple. But why? And who else was involved? The secret payment. Noor and Faizan sat with Officer Aslam. He showed them bank records. Millions of rupees were transferred to the hospital from abroad. Aslam said, This is a big illegal deal. Babies are being sold like objects. Noor's hands shook. How can they do this? She whispered. Faizan's courage. Faizan stood up. We cannot keep quiet. We must tell the police chief. But Aslam warned, many people inside the police and government might be involved. This is dangerous. Faizan nodded. We must be careful, but we will not stop. The hospital pressure. Noor received visits from hospital staff. They told her to drop the case. Forget everything, said one nurse. Think about your family's safety, said another. Noor's heart beat fast. She looked at her baby. I cannot stop, she said firmly. Sarah's fight. Sarah joined Noor. We lost our babies because of greed, Sarah said. We must fight together. Noor nodded. They started sharing their story on social media. The warning letter. One day, Noor found a letter at her home. It said, Stop your fight or face the consequences. Faizan burned the letter. We will not let fear win, he said. And you lead. A journalist contacted Noor. He said, I have information about the foreign couple who bought your baby. I can help. Noor felt a spark of hope. Noor's heart was full of fire. She was ready to fight for her baby, her real daughter. The journalist's help. The journalist, Imran, met Noor in a quiet cafe. He showed her photos of a foreign couple holding a baby. They live in Dubai, Imran said. Noor's eyes filled with tears. That's my baby, she whispered. Imran nodded. We need proof. Then we can help you bring her back. Danger close. Noor knew the fight was dangerous. Late at night, she found her home broken into. Nothing was stolen, but the message was clear. She and Faizan looked at each other scared but strong. A secret plan. Imran helped Noor connect with a private investigator. The investigator said, "We can find where the baby is now, but we must move fast." Noor agreed, a tearful promise. Noor sat alone, holding the baby she raised. She whispered softly, "I love you, but you are not mine." Tears fell from her eyes. She promised herself, "I will bring my real daughter home. I swear." The police raid. The next day, police prepared a secret raid. The foreign couple's house was surrounded. Noor waited anxiously. The reunion. At last, the baby was found safe. She was healthy, but confused. Noor cried as she held her real daughter for the first time. The baby looked at her with big eyes, like she knew. Noor, Faizan, and the two babies were now together. The house was full of love, but also silence. Noor knew healing would take time. She whispered to her real daughter, "I will never leave you again." Facing the past, the hospital director and those involved were arrested. The news spread everywhere. Noor's fight gave hope to many mothers. A new life. Noor started a support group for mothers who lost their babies. She shared her story to help others find courage, a quiet joy. One morning, Noor watched her babies play. Her heart was full. She smiled softly and said, "Life is not perfect, but love makes it beautiful." The final message. Noor looked at the camera with tears and strength. She said, "To all mothers fighting for their children, never give up. Love is the strongest power."